Thank you very much for everything you've done today. It's been very awesome to just see all your ideas come to fruition and in such a little time, right? We really hope you enjoyed this 4-day format for those who attended all 4 days. Like our goal was to help you guys hone down your ideas, have a little bit more like of a technical understanding, and rest assured that we're just still also improving in the way we run these hackathons. So let's give a round of applause for Ben for helping us out with their ideas, with your pitches. It's been amazing. It would have not been the same without such brilliant minds helping us out. I wish also Sako stayed here and like all the technical people, they're inside. So also a big shout out to them. They've done this entire hackathon experience a lot better for everyone. I would also like to, or I guess like all the judges are there inside. I'm gonna do a little introduction as soon as they come out. But also let's give a round of applause to you guys because this was for you. So thank you very much for everything. And I guess also last but not least, the sponsors for bringing up the food. Did you like the Panda Express? Yeah? Yes. Panda Express, not pizza, but yet Italian food. Bunch of beer. We still have a bunch of beer back there. So we need to get rid of all the food. So thank you very much for the sponsors. And all right. So as I mentioned before, we have 24 teams that have submitted their project. Now, what's going to happen is everyone will have 3 minutes to present. So don't worry about how if you were not able to finish your demo. We're here to just sort of gauge your ideas. Of course, like you've already lived up the entire experience, which were like this past few days. So you already did your job. You're already sort of like a winner. I know that's sort of very cliche to say, but you did it. You're here. You hacked a lot of stuff. You also helped us learn a lot of stuff that we need to do to improve these type of events and our platforms and so on. So,
good afternoon. My name is Ato Pilram.
I'm Hector Miramontes.
I'm Om Kakadia.
And we're really excited to introduce Optimizy. Optimizy is an AI-enabled inflammation advisor designed to support healthcare professionals in advising patients on underlying inflammation-related ailments. To understand this really quickly, inflammation is healthy. It's a healthy immune response. Chronic inflammation is bad for your health. And I'll transfer it over to you.
The story of our business started by myself that I developed a long COVID after I got COVID twice. And I developed a whole bunch of problems, including high level of the glucose level, around 500, 600 and above, and partial losing of hearing and dizziness. And a typical medical establishment couldn't really help me. And so I had to start digging into what is the effect of inflammation that's causing me having these kind of problems. As a result, so I came across an interesting model and I started putting together a model of the 20 protein biomarkers that we test you on. And the model would help us to determine what kind of inflammations you have, which organ has been affected, and how it's going to be affecting your overall health.
So it is a very big problem. Around 1 in every 3 people suffers through it. There are chronic health conditions that are linked with chronic inflammation, and there is no way to catch that symptoms. So, and also there is immediate addressable audience.
Go ahead. Part of the reason why we're really excited to do this is to support the goal of having a biomedical focus on biomedical startup. The solution that we're proposing is, can you get it to the, it's meant to provide, how many minutes? 1 minute. Would you describe the?
Yeah, so the app is basically the patients would come to one of our clinics or one of the healthcare providers. We take the small sample of the blood, we send it to a third-party laboratory. Information is we're going to fit into our model, which is based on Neo4j platform. And then the front end of that
We have some app mock-ups for it, but essentially we're partnering up with Google Cloud for the data storage and analysis, Neo4j to enable the graph database component, which is really important to draw those conclusions that otherwise other forms of databases don't enable. Aparavi we're using for automating the data extraction and analysis also in conjunction with Google Cloud.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. We're Smart Pantry. My name is Viplav.
I'm Supriya.
And Keiji. And also,
We actually have one more team member, but he was unable to be here for the pitch. So his name's Brandon. Raise your hand if you have any food allergies. You or anyone you know has any food allergies, dietary restrictions, or just a weird food quirk. Now imagine you were a building manager and you needed to order groceries for your entire building with people every floor full of people like that. Can you imagine how hard that would be? That's how the solutions are right now. So our solution, Smart Pantry, allows you to order right. So the motivation comes a little personal for me. So my mom, she runs a preschool, and every single month she needs to order groceries for her preschool. I see her spending hours on Excel trying to figure out what she needs to order and how much she needs to order.
So I'm pretty sure like you all go to office and you see all the snacks and let's say Cheetos, Lay's or whatever, and you don't feel like eating them because you're on a healthy diet or something like that, right? And likewise, there's so many food wastes happening. So with this motivation, we wanted to create a solution which is going to help us save money, minimize food waste, and also have an inclusion, right? So let's look at some of the things that we just mentioned. So these are the things that we, as a value proposition, we are trying to address. And also, let's look at some statistics. Around 2 to 3 million of food are wasted, and that they're like we waste a lot of time as well by creating spreadsheets or whatever to create the grocery list to buy. And let's look into the solution.
Okay, so now we're going to suggest these solutions, the Smart Pantry. And the part we think is smart is that we aggregate the users' preferences, especially for building residences preferences, and we combine it, and it's very helpful for building owners, and the building owners can easily order such kind of food, and which is why there's the name Pantry. And here are the detailed solutions. And so we made use of LLM to aggregate all users' preferences and all together, and which is also helpful for building residences to make their own recipes by using their ingredients and also food.
So we'll talk a little bit about the architecture. So
I'll do a demo.
so yeah, so we have used Aparavi, we have used Toolhouse, we have used Google as well. So we have a demo. This is the website that we have built. It's hosted as well. We have used the agents to send in weekly reminders to add the food preferences by the people. So this is how it looks as a form where the residents can go and add in their food preferences. And this is the grocery list created.
Hey, this is Sean. I am here to present Aegis Whistle. We are world's first voice AI ethics officer. We are helping employees report about fraud, waste, abuse to their organization and get it sorted. And there is a blockchain behind it which can help the organization do a tamper-proof investigation. And subsequently, in case if there is a meritorious report, the organization can give a crypto reward. It's a multi-billion dollar problem. In fact, it's said $4.7 trillion is the fraud which is happening globally, which is impacting economies, countries, which is what we are solving. So the legacy systems are not solving because organizations are tampering the issues and employees are not trusting. So which is where we are coming up with the both blockchain plus AI powered. And $17 billion is the market, and the traditional systems, it takes a lot of time for people to respond. And the AI agent in the alternate, it responds immediately, and also storage, anonymity, and the kind of other things like detection of the fraud. So all of these things are possible with respect to the AI plus blockchain solution. And team interaction, I have experience in the space. I built a company, bootstrapped for 13 years in the legal technology space, in the governance, risk and compliance. So I have in fact, a whistleblower's father who is also building. We are built by the whistleblowers for the whistleblowers. I think we are trying to do a pilot with a public agency. I'll just try to do a quick demo. Okay, this is the system. So right now, if somebody wants to blow a whistle, so they can talk to it, and in turn, actually, it listens to the employee in a very empathetic tone, and they can submit, be it fraud, waste, abuse, sexual discrimination, in a very anonymous way, and then it summarizes the whole issue, and then sends it to ethics officer. The ethics officer, in turn, can look at it immediately and can assign it to an investigator, and the investigator can interact with the whistleblower on a secure fashion, and then they can add summaries to the ethics officer for deeper review, and then ethics officer can choose to determine to provide a reward. So it's a very important problem. It helps the world to become more transparent. Thanks a lot. Please support us. Thank you.
I'm Aegis. Your voice is safe. And stay anonymous, pseudonymous, and military encryption plus blockchain via an exit anytime, no trace. And choose report anonymity. Resources 1, say begin or shield activate for urgent help.
Begin.
Let's start. You're safe here. Your identity is shielded. Would you like to share your name or stay fully anonymous?
I want to stay anonymous. I'm an employee of Uber. I got sexually discriminated. I want to report about it.
I'm so sorry to hear that you're going through this. You're taking a brave step by reporting it. Your anonymity is protected here. To confirm, you're reporting on behalf of yourself, and the incident involves sexual discrimination at Uber. Is that correct? Before we proceed, I want to assure you that Aegis Whistle has a proven track record of safeguarding whistleblowers. We've protected over 1,200 reports, and we're committed to doing the same for you. Let's take this one step at a time. Can you tell me what you'd like to report, what happened, and how did you experience the discrimination? Take your time. We're here to support you.
Yeah, in fact, I was working with my colleague, and it was a private moment, and he invited, and I felt not very comfortable. And I went ahead and reported to my human resources team. They didn't take action. So I thought now I'll come to this Aegis Whistle and try report.
All right, we got to cut it there. Thank you very much.
Long before vibe coding, back in 1966, the Beach Boys released Good Vibrations. Unknowns to a lot of people, the musicians on that song were session musicians from LA, a group of people known as the Wrecking Crew. They were practitioners who provided top quality musicians for the team, and they provided the quality that gave them the top record. What we want to do is build the practitioners of AI. We want to build the wrecking crew of AI. We want to attract the top talent from around the world and bring them to San Francisco, and then find the people who need this and be able to build those projects. AI is rapidly growing. Businesses are recognizing the return on the investments. The demand for top talent is growing. We're going to match these people and be able to get these done. the problem grows larger. We're looking at, there's CTOs that are asking for this type of work, and the talent is scattered. We're going to bring them to San Francisco and provide that to them. Our solution is providing a vetting process for engineers, as well as a matching process to understand the specific jobs that are required and what the AI requirements are. Help with relocation and growth. Let me give you the narrative. Mary has a trucking business in Illinois. She knows that the ROI that can come from AI, but she doesn't have the people to do that. So she's going to come to the agency. And what we're going to do is we're going to vet that, find the right people, bring them in, and be able to get them to be working on these projects. We have lots of ideas, layers in terms of everything from facilities, from the vetting process. But what we're going to do today is just show you some demos based upon building Aparavi RAG system, a Toolhouse RAG system, and also a Raspberry Pi IoT AI system that we can build into this building. So we're going to start off with a quick customer search, go into a vetting process, a facilities operation, Raspberry Pi, and then an activity planning.
So the first way how we can try to, how can I share this screen? Okay. So the first way to get the customer is like find a company that wants to hire these people outside from different countries so we can offshore that. So the way that we can do that is offer a free tool for them to quite know what they need to improve in their companies. So what we create is basically a little chatbot that's really, it's like an agent that can talk to them and then can kind of create a persona of the company, and we can know about what company would need. So basically, I'm gonna present how this, oh my God, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. Well, anyways, this is like the little chatbot. So the person or the company owner, would have to write the name and everything, and then after kind of like talk about their vision, mission, their SWOT, and at the end it will give you like a report about that, and then know what kind of positions we can hire for that, and then that would be plugged into the next step.
Okay. Hey, I'm John, and I was doing the vetting agent. Give me a second. Raising hand. Can you share the screen for me? So I did the vetting agent, and we came up with a bunch of very hard questions for engineers to answer because I ran the quiz about 1,000 times, and even I didn't get half the questions right the first time or the second time. And so it makes it very hard for engineers. Yep.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. So we were thinking about solutions for vertical environments like crowdfunding, and we decided to come up with solutions that is pretty easy, simple, and easily to implement with current structure. Our project FlowHouse allows to manage buildings like this one and help residents and management to communicate better, faster, more efficient without extra busy work. So technologies that we used were Google Gemini and Toolhouse, and we implemented front end with Lovable. The idea is simple. When something goes wrong in a building, you need to talk to maintenance, and instead of that, you would just put your problem in a chat box. Chatbot would determine to which department to send your request and just submit ticket for you, so you don't have to go extra multiple steps. Chatbox would also show you current events, and for example, if you need to connect with someone, so let's say UX designer, and you would like, is there an UX designer in building? It will connect you, it will tell you their LinkedIn and also which floors they are. Let's keep on going. Next. So it's very easily scalable because you can create multiple agents that will chunk the work, and it also will help management to save money on maintenance because it will create reports to which floor, to which facility maintenance were called how many times, and they can make more informed decisions. the team members. And mobile interface looks very simple, just like your ChatGPT. In future, it can be added with, you can use voice and you can use a photo. For example, something broken in a restroom, you took a photo, send it, and chat determines that it's need to be sent to maintenance. You have a question about billing, you send it, and it will be sent to the sections that would answer it. Desktop looks a little bit more advanced because we have more screenplays. You can see events, you can see maintenance, you can figure out your billing. Yes, and these are the links. Yes. So we say over here. And we say sync is clogged. Oh. Sync is clogged. And it will create a tickets for us. We skip here one step. It would ask which floor it is clogged, and it will create a ticket for us. For example, if you would like to see, like, are there any events happening, you will have the thing. But also with chat, you can ask, like, are there any events? And it will give you a list of events that are upcoming. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much. Co-working spaces like this that have many floors with many different companies that need to make the interaction with their residents more autonomous, and also residents can communicate with each other better and like in simpler way.
Hi everyone, my name is Antonio Mendiera. I am CEO of Comida for Familias Incorporated, and this is Cuisines. First question, who likes food? Who always knows what they're eating? Yeah, all right, good job guys. Well, this is a demo of the new version of Cuisines. We have an AI camera implemented into it. If I can only find out how to enlarge this, because this thing's puny. Say again, here we go, YouTube. Yes. Where's the audio? This is a demonstration of Cuisines. First, it's log. Yeah, okay. I guess I can try. Use that. We're gonna see what it says. Okay, steamed vegetables. Broccoli, cabbage, green vegetables. And we're gonna add it to our calorie trackers. Now, you know the actual information for steamed vegetables. You can go ahead and edit the calories, make it for brunch, or breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Add it to the calorie tracker. As you can see, it says food added successfully. Now we can go back. Now we can look at our profile. And as you can see here, it'll give you the calories for each. And it'll also give you a nutritional breakdown. So as you can see, it's got 9 grams of protein, 36 grams of carbs, and 8 grams of fat. And here we could see it. There we go, Saturday. And here you can see the graph monthly. If we want to check out some healthy recipes, we can always go to here, recipes. And as you can see, we have a rating system of who published the recipe, as well as a description. By the way, this specific recipe was published by a nutritionist in our team. Some ingredients and even directions for how to make it. As you can see from this example, we have integrated calorie tracking functionality from one of our other applications, as well as integrated Gemini with the camera in order to output the results. This new version of Cuisines is set to release next month, so if you want to be notified for its release date, you can follow us on social media and subscribe to our channel on YouTube for more updates. Thanks for watching.
Okay. So yeah, as I mentioned in the video, give me 1 second. Yeah, as I mentioned in the video, we did use the camera and integrated it with Gemini. We also implemented calorie tracking. Hold on, sorry about that. There we go. And we also have a list of nutritious recipes. So with that said, you guys can download the previous version. Like I said, the next version will be out next month. So check it out, give us your feedback, and then next month we'll also notify you when it's out. Since I have 30 more seconds, let me just say that this application was built to provide healthy recipes for malnourished families. We developed the first version during COVID, and that's when we first heard about food deserts and people having trouble budgeting. Okay, now I'm open to questions. Yes, sir.
Guys, raise your hand if you're afraid that actually AI will replace you. Oh wow, not so humble, guys, of you. I'm afraid of that. But we're actually saying that AI can reduce your cost of the bills. And let's see how it can do that for you. And Neil will help me.
Good evening. We are RAI AI, a bunch of folks who care about environment, want a green future with energy efficiency. We are here to provide a solution to revolutionize the smart HVAC industry, stand for heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. This market is enormous, 10% of CAGR yearly growth from 11 billion to 30 billions. Why is it keep dropping? Okay. The market growth is huge because of some issues, and that causing 30 to 360,000 annually. So how do we solve it? With our super organization set, 24/7 AI modifying your living space, it helps to save money by tracking the indoor pattern and adjusting the consolation pump, which using a steam indoor heating system, letting your nest always remain your favorite temperature. And here's our financial forecast. The building can save 70% of the energy cost, and with an ROI of 8 years. Now let's see how the AI works.
Okay, so we have here our building, Berlin House, actually. It's at exactly that building. We have architecture of that building. And what we have here, yeah, you will be surprised what we have it. And what we have here, we actually have like plan of each floor and the temperature we have on each floor, preferred desired temperature for that floor specifically, because different teams have their different preferences. We are saying at what departure time people leave that office space, and our AI constantly like learns from the feedback loop, when people change controller, when they should leave, and our AI makes changes. So it triggers it each 10 minutes, and it gets like what it should do. Should it turn on, turn off conditioner? Because AC heater takes 70-60% of your bill, and is the most expensive thing. So we're trying to optimize heating or cooling space. I think it's in common all. Yeah, just trying to be kind of caring about your time. And not sure what should I say, but before we would have seen like yellow a little bit, yellow colors, but right now it's like green color. So it means that we like did action because we did action. And our system said, like, what should we do? Like, we should like turn on that AC on 40%, and we want to warm it to 24 and 5% degrees Celsius. In nutshell, that's all. And we also have our own hardware system. It's like Wilson Company, which is like more not moving from grid to warm system, but more moving from the warm system to warm system. So because you don't need to change from warmness to electricity, you spend a lot of efficiency on that one.
Hello, my name's Alan. I'm from Synapse 7, and I am here to represent our grant and donation acquisition tool. Grant and acquisition tool. And I would like my partner to introduce himself.
Hello, this is Manish. I've been integrated with Alan for this GADA AI, which is grant and donation acquisition tool.
Okay. So I had some trouble with the tools because unfamiliar with them, but I just wanted to show this as the mock-up. I'm going to start with the overview. No, just okay. There we go. All right, so the pain point that we're approaching is that there's a 40% vacancy rate in the mid-market area. So how do we improve that? And we're going to be using AI agents as opportunity. The idea is that if I have a project and I want to get help with the project, I put in a address of where I want the project to be. And then I have a simple problem. Graffiti is on the wall and I would like it replaced with artwork. See example images. How can the city help me with the grant? Here's images from 6 on 7th Street that I've worked in. And so I would like it to help me find a way to fund to put these artworks on the building here. And then it asks some clarifying questions. And then it does data analysis about the neighborhood with the crime and the foot traffic. And the idea is that there's like a measurement done now and then after the project and like a year later to show an improvement. So important parts about the model, how the agent works. We have intelligent needs assessment, multi-source data aggregation, crafting a promising picture, and what goes into our data engine. We're using a lot of open source available, free, low cost sources to go in there, and that's going to help out keep the cost down. No. Okay, so important, you always say, well, what about the pain points? Why should I pay attention to this? So when you're looking at getting money from grantors or donors, they want to say, how do you do this? And what we're looking at is common funder pain points, alignment with the mission and priorities, all the way down to sustainability and scalability, financial viability and budget clarity, clearly defined community needs. So then we want to measure how our minimum viable product, how it's succeeded. We're using SMART goals and performance indicators. So I won't go through all those details, but I just want to show that it's set up so that we can see that there is a measurable return and report back to the donors. Thank you.
1 minute Q&A.
Oh. Sorry?
How far are you from speaking
I would say it's about a week out. Yes. Yes. Oh, yes, the tools and technology, yes. So I used Gemini Canvas and I used Gemini Pro extensively to help with the business strategy behind it. And the we have also, I'm thinking, the Studio Firebase. And we also have an implementation of the database that was provided for Berlin House from Arativa. Um, um, yeah. So the idea is that would be a trusted database where it's within our firewall so that there's a donor agent that would verify that the appropriate things have been done, and the agent that looks for the opportunities also has the information.
We're QR Concierge, and when you're a prospective member of a co-working space, the first touch point you have is literally a locked door. It's a really crappy user experience, and unless you have a card key in your pocket, you got to wait for somebody to let you in the door, and that doesn't do well for co-working spaces. It's a hard business model. The people are overworked and underpaid. There's always too many things to do. So we decided, like, why can't we just use ubiquitous technology, like the phone you already have in your pocket, and QR codes that have been around for a long time? There's no app to install. You show up, you send a text message, you get a QR code back, you put that QR code in the scanner, it lets you in the door, and that's the QR part. The concierge part is that AI gives you guidance when you get into the door, like where are you supposed to go, who are you going to see, what does that person look like, and if you're a member, maybe you want your favorite beverage to be prepared for you when you get up the stairs. Maybe you want to have the temperature adjusted in your office or the lights turned on. There's incredible opportunity for agents that can act in the physical world and to modify your surroundings. So with very inexpensive QR code readers can also double as Bluetooth proximity sensors and can actually track people within the space as they interact with each other and resources like the coffee area, the gym, the maker space, the conference rooms. So by getting that data and pipelining that into AI, we can create very personalized experiences for the people as they grow into the community. All right. So let's see, we'll go ahead and connect to my phone. Okay, so here you see that I've sent a text message to Berlin House and it's given me a QR code. Gonna have to take the screen from there. Then you can see I'm putting it in my camera. We have a QR code scanner. And when that scans, let's see here. You can see that we've got our access is allowed. All right, and then as a co-working space operator, well, you have a bunch of resources you need to track, things that you need to bill your customers for, printing and coffee and credits for conference rooms. So we built a dashboard and it lets you know recent access events, who's recently accessed the building, who's here now, how many members do I have? You have a memory directory. There's some guy named Devin in here. This is real data that came from the curator of this space. So we've got a search. So this is just an example of what a management system might look like for co-working. And so we used Aparavi, did I say that right? We used that for we got the data source, we pipelined it, we did some data engineering. We use Neo4j, graph database, and graph RAG specifically is really good for establishing those relationships with people and with each other and the things that they like and the different spaces in the building here. Yeah, and Toolhouse we use for the AI agent. We weren't able to build that experience into our demo today, but we got an agent started. And so, hey, we got a lot done in 6 hours. And all of these people here, I never met before. I came here like alone, and everyone here agreed to join in to this party. And so like, give it up for our team here. Our team did customer discovery. They did data science. They just did a lot of supportive work, and together we were able to pull this off in just a few hours. Thank you very much. We're QR Concierge. Yeah, so we used AWS to deploy all of the web resources because we can use infrastructure as code, and of course we vibe coded a lot of this. So being able to create repeatable templates, I can deploy this infrastructure and take it out. So it's got CloudFront, S3, standard kind of hosting stuff. We did deploy a Redis cluster to be able to keep track of the unique tokens that are issued for the QR codes. The QR codes expire after a few minutes because, you could give your QR code to a friend and they could get access. We also use location services, so a QR code won't even be issued if the person isn't actually standing in front of the door. And this is all using HTML5 in a web browser. There is no mobile app to install, like the technology's already there.
All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Oliver. This is Nikhil, and this is Gautami, and we are the founding team behind Skill Swappers. So imagine a world where anyone with a skill can become a co-founder, not by raising money, but by showing up and building. A world where talent trades work for ownership and startups are launched without a dollar exchanged. That's the world SkillSwap is creating. SkillSwap solves the startup labor problem without cash, unlocking collaboration between builders who once had no way to pay one another. So here's the problem. Founders need talent, developers, designers, marketers, just anybody and everybody that is necessary and crucial to get a project off the ground. But like most everyone that's just starting out, there's no cash available. Builders want to contribute and to earn equity, not just vague pinky promises. How big is the opportunity? It spans thousands of co-working communities, such as Berlin House. Over $10 billion in untapped talent sit idle, unused, and undiscovered. So the way it works is this. The solution for that problem is, this is what SkillSwap does. Founders post what they need, AI matches the project needs with the verified builders, then structures milestones and equity distribution. Once the terms of the agreement have been met, the builders get paid. Smart contracts automate payments, milestone checks, and trust between the founders and the builders. This is the powerful technology we have developed today. It's so powerful that the Wi-Fi couldn't handle it. No, I'm just kidding. We never actually got to finish, but we were well on track to get the front end completed, and we just didn't quite get there to do a proper demo. You want to speak to the architecture? This is our lead developer, Nikhil.
Oh, that's all. So contracts are the thing we are thinking for a long term. Like there are many questions on it, like how you share equity, how much of it can value and all. So the second step of project, what we are thinking is there are many companies which are giving agents for legal advices. So we are thinking to integrate one more like agent, which will give legal advice from the founder's perspective, from the skill provider's perspective, which will help both of them and should be non-biased as it is an AI agent.
Yes, so I just want to note that just for the purpose of the hackathon, we focus on trying to accomplish the front end. The features like equity tokens, smart contracts, the conflict resolution, the compliance, and the full marketplace flows were all part of the roadmap. It's just, we couldn't accomplish all that today. Thank you.
All right. Hello, everybody. I'm Gerardo Rivera. This is Neuronova. Essentially, what Neuronova is we're trying to tackle a big problem in today's building facility management, which is that we are using outdated software that is very complicated. You need to be trained on how to use it. You need to be taught how to use it. It increases cost for a company. It's very complicated. It's outdated. That works. Great. You know, people who are typically who are older, who are trying to get into like a custodian field, they're not really tech educated, so it'd be difficult for them to use such software. And so the solution to that is that or at least the motivation. Sorry about that. So motivation behind making this is that, you know, personally, you know, there's some hard difficulties trying to submit a maintenance request for any issues I've had at my dorm, and some team members as well have had issues with using the software that the workplace has for, you know, submitting a job request to fix a bathroom issue or other issues. Our solution is essentially, you know, transforming this outdated user interface and replacing it with an agentic AI so that the agent would handle the requests and the communication between you and the person who will handle the building facility issue. Here's a mock dashboard for that program. And essentially the tech stack that we used was Gemini to handle the conversation between the user and the custodian, along with Aparavi to implement the workflow of how our Agentic AI would work, as well as using Toolhouse specifically for their Agentic AI, Vertex AI to make the prompt for the Agentic AI, and Google Cloud Platform to store our contextual data. The market size of this is essentially that software for this sort of program.
Property tax, $50 billion in the United States.
It's a like $2.37 billion market size. And for the market validation, we would conduct customer interviews and identify target customers. The business model is essentially that we are using SaaS. This would be a SaaS program that would be targeted towards the corporations themselves rather than, you know, individual users. Users will be using this, but they'll be inside of the organization. There'll be a user in the organization, as well as aligning ourselves with key partners in the industry space. And this is the team, you know, Shantan, Sam, me, myself, Camila, and Lee. And I would like to present a short MVP demo for this program. So here, let's say I am the user. The bathroom is not working, so I will tell the assistant that So I just sent a message to the Agentic AI that the bathroom on the 5th floor is broken. Soon it will respond with a message essentially telling me and letting me know that my request has been received and an email has been sent. In this case, my personal email was the, should probably be removed, was the recipient that, you know, oh, I received the request, and the person who,
Finding short-term housing as a student or young professional is messy. Sketchy Craigslist posts, random Facebook groups, and zero structure. It's hard to tell what's real, what's available, or who you'll actually be living with. Total shot in the dark. We built Romeo, a sublease marketplace designed for students and young professionals, where listings are verified, vibes are matched, and rooming feels less like a roulette. Our twists, personality and lifestyle matching, baked in. Think Bumble meets Zillow. Users can explore listings and see how well they vibe with existing housemates based on interests, habits, and routines. Meet Aster. She just moved to a new city. She hops on a website. Okay. She spots a property that she likes and she clicks on to read more about her potential housemate. She learns a little bit about her, she learns a little bit about her life and her hobbies, and decides to see if there is a match. So I'll quickly scroll through this. Okay. 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 And lo and behold, a 90% match. Okay. Anyone can help you find a place. We help you find your people too. That's Romeo. Oh, sorry, to talk a little bit about the market size. As of 2023, roughly 525,000 San Francisco residents are renters, with many of them being college students and young professionals. This makes this highly active, underserved group, and this presents a clear opportunity to build a faster, safer, and more community-focused way to find housing. And a little bit about our competitive analysis, why we're the best, and
Okay, so for our architecture, we're using Toolhouse and multiple agents to scrape like all of these websites you see here, and then we store the websites or the data into Amazon S3 buckets, and then we use Aparavi to take that like unstructured data structure, and then it outputs into the UI you saw earlier. And then while that's going on in the backend, and the user goes through the personality quiz, we have like a personality matching engine, and then it outputs like everything at the same time. But I think there's some work to be done. So our next steps would be to build like account creation, ID verification, and I can't really remember the agents. Can you do that?
yeah. So an AI agent that we will train to identify the way that the listing is written. I'm not sure how many of you guys have tried to look for listings on Facebook Marketplace, but normally the scammer will tell you to DM them with a screenshot of the post because they're not able to track which property they're scamming you with. And so we're able to train the model to not only identify that, but also reverse image. So it's able to see if this image is actually from another property that's already off the market, so it will be able to do that.
And then for the MCP one, since you need an account for Facebook Marketplace, we weren't able to get data from there, so that's something we'd have to work around. And then we'd also want to introduce ratings for housemates and landlords. And then finally, we would have to refine the personality matching engine a little bit. But.
Yes.
Question like, could you tell which team member built what, because it looks like a very advanced system, like with backend and a lot of comments.
Oh.
So I built the front end. So all the like, emojis and all that stuff. Definitely used a bit of help.
Yeah. We were working with we got a lot of help, so, but we were working on the back end as well.
What type of help do you mean? What type of help?
I was using V0, actually for the very first time to build out the interface. So, yeah.
And then a lot of it was, I'm going to be honest, like Claude. It's really good. Claude is amazing.
Hello, I'm Pete, and today I will be demoing Capital Sage. So inflation rates have been increasing year over year, and simply saving money is not enough. So everyone is telling college students like me, you have to invest for your future, but most college kids I know don't know anything about investing. Data has shown that only 50% of US adults are financially literate in 2025. So the problem is that it takes the average person too long to do research, and most information is scattered, often inaccessible, and overwhelming to interpret. So my solution is Capital Sage. So what it does is an AI-powered tool that automates investment research and builds personalized portfolios for each user. So it leverages web scraping and real-time data from trusted sources to analyze market trends and account for risk tolerance, and delivers smart, data-driven investment recommendations. So I used Gemini to make sample portfolios based off of risk, as well as use Toolhouse AI for web scraping and data collection. So hopefully you guys are ready for a demo. So here is my landing page for Capital Sage. So all we have to do is select create my portfolio, and we have some investment amounts. So say I only have $5,000 right now. So right now what is happening is Gemini is creating me portfolios based off of risk. So there's low risk, medium risk, high risk. So as a college student, I have more leeway to be riskier with my investments because I have more time to recoup them. So I'm going to choose high risk. And so what's happening now is scraping the web for what to invest, what to get. And right now it's using agents from Toolhouse to find said investments. Takes a second because it's processing a lot of data. But I have one that's already done. This one might finish faster, but this is what it will look like. So 50% stocks, 30% bonds, 10% crypto, 10% ETFs. So here it shows a breakdown of how much money that I started with. So, and it gives me recommendations based off of stuff that it finds online, like links. So say NVIDIA, I can click more info and it can show me where it found that data, which is Morningstar. And for example, like crypto, same thing, top 10 cryptocurrencies. So what it does is it scrapes and finds all these lists and puts them into a portfolio for you. Thank you. Oh, here's the breakdown for the $5,000. So it's live. Yes, Q&A, any questions?
Hello everyone, my name is Michael. I'm co-founder and CEO of QuantaFlow, an anti-money laundering company, but that's not important. What I built today is called Really Fast Proposals, quickly filter requests for proposals. So first of all, a quick show of hands. How many of you have received a request for proposal? Okay, we have somebody. Well, psych, it's not that kind of proposal. It's actually an RFP, request for proposal, which is a business document that companies use to look for bidders, like contractors for projects. And it's going to grow to a $5 billion market in 7 years. So here's my friend Thomas. He's a consultant at some fancy consulting company, and he has a problem. He needs to filter all these RFPs from all sorts of different websites that aggregate RFPs from government, companies, and he gets feeds to his email, and he gets hundreds of emails a week. And because these companies are legacy companies, their search and recommendation is really poor, so most of them are irrelevant. So obviously the solution here is RAG and semantic search, which I've built today, and let's do a quick demo. So I built this using Firebase. There's this cool image here. Guess if anyone can guess where that is, that'd be cool. But essentially I've signed in, and the first thing I need to do is connect to my Outlook. So I've already connected to it, but just in case the token expired, I'm gonna just do it again. Sign into Outlook. And you can see that we confirmed the Outlook connection, and we are connected. You can see that I'm pulling all the emails here, and the raw data of the email looks something like this. So you can see it's like a bunch of links and text and like a brief description of what the thing is. So now I'm just gonna semantically search my RFP inbox. I'm going to paste, oops, that's not it. Yeah, I'm gonna paste what my company does. So we're like a consulting firm. We do like project advisory and other cool consulting stuff. And I'm gonna reduce the risk score in Quadrant. And I'm gonna search. And here's my top 5. And I don't have to spend hundreds of hours doing boring keyword searches. So yeah, like, do we have time? Cool. Where did my slideshow go? My slideshow just died. Okay, yeah, so what I built this with is, you can see over here, Next.js frontend with a Firebase backend for auth and Firestore. We integrate with Outlook for emails. We receive the .eml and PDF files from Microsoft Outlook and use Aparavi to process those files into the Qdrint vector database, which is running on localhost. I also set up a Python fast API with sentence transformers for the embeddings, and we query that with the Next.js frontend. As for next steps, we're going to connect to Merx and Bidingo with API. We're going to integrate with more email providers like Gmail, and we're going to throw an AI agent in there somewhere to raise a reasonable amount of money. We are really fast proposals. Thank you for listening. You're listening. Oh yeah, right, let's go back to that. So there are a lot of things you can change for the Qt vector search, but I just kept it simple. You can change the limit of searches of results. So if I put 20, then it returns the top 20 results, or it should do that. Why is it not doing that? And the score is the similarity search, the similarity ratio between the different documents. So you can see that here the score is 0.37, which means it's sort of marginally related to what you do. And then 0.51, it's more related and is calculated using cosine similarity, which is a distance metric between two vectors.
So the issue which we were thinking of is in this vertical building, the frontier building, so there are multiple people working on different projects. So one is working on AI, one is working with biochemical, maybe one is working on arts. So we want to create a platform where we can integrate all of these people. So what we have done is we have built SkillForge, which is a platform where users can upload their resumes and some other details, which will be stored using Google Firebase. And then we match people with similar interests, or if they have a project in mind, they can collaborate with people who have expertise in that particular domain. So initially our thought was to use Google App Sheets for this application, but one of our friends, Daniel, so he has asked us, he has helped us in setting up a Toolhouse for this problem. And then this would be useful for people who are looking to connect with people of similar interests or wanted to develop projects. And one of the main things which drove us here was people coming into hackathons individually will find hard to collaborate with other people. So what we can do is we can integrate this platform into the registration form, and they can enter enter their details and then maybe match with the people who have similar interests, and then they can collaborate right beforehand and not just on the hallway itself. So yeah.
So we're using React in the front end, and then we are, as we said, we're using this Toolhouse, and then the back end we are using Firebase even for authentication and login systems. Where the Toolhouse, how it works, it asks a couple of questions to the user, skills, what he requires, and maybe some other questions that's not completely related. So it's a kind of an icebreaker for the user and the interviewer. And after that, we'll be calling upon another agent, where the other agent in the Toolhouse, it will actually build one-on-one sessions with the mentor and then the mentee, maybe from the different floors. So it increases collaboration, as my friend has pointed out. So it's a really cool feature, and we're also in the future looking forward to having podcasts, a 30-minute podcast where every floor, maybe they'll say what the projects are, what the projects are going to be there for that day, and after that, any person who's actually interested in joining that project can ask this AI agent, and he can join the project. He can put up his skills. He can tell what he's proficient in, what his experience is in, and that would again build upon this one-on-one session. And he'll also put in his availability. That's very really important for this to work on. And then this is the solution we have: joinable threads, one-on-one skill sync sessions, tower requests, tower tapes. Tower tapes is a future work, and then the convo mode. It's still in progress, but yeah. So we use Bolt for the React, and then most of it we use Bolt for the front end. And in the back end, we use Firebase Firestore. We try to integrate more tools, but right now we use Toolhouse, again with the help of our friend Davis, who is really helpful for us during the short time. And we're also looking to integrate Gemini and Go TTS. We're really close to that. It will be done in 2 days. Yeah, so that's more about this. Users can create skills, multiple floors can collaborate, and that would be really awesome. And yeah, this is much about the future daily AI broadcast. We're really passionate about this. We're gonna generate 60-second floor update for every floor, and that would again increase collaboration at a superior scale. Users can request help, feedback, input, convo mode. That's it.
Thank you.
Okay, hello guys, my name is Aditi and this is my teammate Manish. So let's be honest, nobody loves filing out forms or mailing people to just book a room or filing a complaint, even worse. So that's what if we tell you your building listens to you? Exactly, that's right, listens to you and takes action instantly. That's exactly what we have built with CivIQ AI, an intelligent assistant for vertical communities that just didn't respond, it understands. Currently, the problems faced are very frustrating by vertical communities. Rooms are double booked, complaints are ignored, events miss the mark, and no one's tracking the mood of the community until it's late. The solution is CivIQ. Just say, book me a quiet room for 2 p.m. It's done. The AI agent books you the room immediately. The AC is noisy on fourth floor, logged, prioritized, and summarized. Done. We have built a platform where every word becomes an action and every sentence becomes insight.
So it's not just a fancy idea. It's built on the best tools out here. Gemini and Gen AI Kit powers the AI brain. The Google Vertex AI scores sentiments and urgency. Aparavi analyzes unstructured data, and the whole thing runs on a Next.js, Flutter front end, and a Firebase ready backend. Let's get real. So this is my Firebase admin account. I'll just sign in with my admin account. So this is the first thing that the admin sees, a live dashboard with all the emotional and the operational health of the building. Now let's switch to user view. Let's shoot a prompt, book a meeting room for me today. So it will give you the available conference rooms or the meeting rooms. Just select the time that works for you. And yeah, it's booked. Now switch to admin view and then we can manage the bookings from here. You see there is a pending request. Now here I can approve, I can delete or I can disapprove the request. Let's just approve the request. Hurrah, it is approved. Now in the same way you can even file a complaint. Let's say you, just like she said, that there is an emergency, fire emergency out here. So you can go and it automatically prioritizes low, urgent and moderate based on the emergency. It also gives an emotional tone, let's say frustrated, neutral or concerned. And in the same way, like I can approve or disapprove, I can even delete, resolve or close this request. Now what makes us different from our competitors? Other competitors automates tasks. CivIQ automates trust. It has the capacity to scale across co-working spaces, high rise buildings and campuses, and most importantly it's pilot ready. Now, our future scope would be scaling this platform throughout the co-working spaces using multiple agents. Our base agent is ready. Different, like Berlin House can use the base agent and train a personalized agent for themselves. Thank you guys. We are open for questions.
Before I start the presentation, I saw every team's presentation before us, and I'd like to just tell that everyone's done such wonderful projects, and it was great to see everyone's projects. And I think coming to our project, all of you would have watched the movie Catch Me If You Can from Leonardo DiCaprio, right? When you're watching the movie, you feel like he's such a hero, like you can sneak in everywhere. But imagine you're the owner of a building. You don't want unwarranted entries, right? You don't want someone entering your building when they're not supposed to. So what we want to do is we want to use AI agents to make security systems more lean and efficient in smart buildings. So what we use Aparavi, Neo4j, Gemini, and Vertex. Coming to our demo, I like to start with the demo. So once you come into a building, right? So when we came to the building today morning, we couldn't enter the building because the building was locked. No one was at the receptionist and there was no security. But due to the kind host, we could enter. So we don't want to disturb people, and we don't want to have security personnel waiting for someone at the reception all the time. So what we have is an AI agent, As soon as you come to the building, there's a webcam. It recognizes your face from the database. And once it recognizes your face, you have a AI avatar talking to you. You can, we'll show them.
Hello.
How many floors are there in this building?
There are 13 floors in the Berlin House building. If you need assistance with anything specific on any of the floors, feel free to ask.
Can you tell me in which floor the hackathon is going on?
The hackathon is on the second floor.
Can you tell me who are the sponsors of this event so that I'm in the right place?
The sponsors of the event are Google, Aparavi, and Neo4j.
And can you tell me, there's a WeWork in the building. If I want to access it after the hackathon, can I go? Is there an available spot?
Yes, definitely. After the hackathon, feel free to enjoy the view from any of the floors. Just make sure to use the automatic face detection locks for secure access.
Can I go to the WeWork?
Specific spot.
Can I go to the WeWork after the hackathon? Is there an available spot?
Yes, you can head to the WeWork space after the hackathon. Shashin, your WeWork 302 is open for you. Just head to floor 3.
So what we want to do is we have an AI agent running on each floor. It knows how many spots are available, what are the things going on in each floor, how many cabinets are available, what events are going on, what time we have entry for each event. So right now what we have is we have security personals or they hand out key cards. It's not possible to give out key card to every new visitor, or when you're hosting an event, you can't have key cards or anything or security personnel for everyone. So we just take a picture. We have our AI agents running across the entire building, assuming there's an intruder right in the third floor. So we just lock down the third floor so that the rest of the building is operational. And like this, we want to use AI to like make the building more efficient and make it a safer place for the entire building. Thank you. Any question? Yeah. We're using Gemini as the LLM which is running behind it, and we're using 11 Labs for the text to speech and HeyGen for the image and for the avatar. And to just add one point, why this is important, because this was not possible 2 years back. We did not have video generation. We did not have a voice to text which can understand what users really are talking to them. We did not have models which understand context. Earlier, this wasn't possible, and now we felt is the right time to take this step and help save a lot of buildings and keep the building safer. Thank you.
So the Leaning Tower of Pisa started falling not long after it was built. You can avoid costly repairs with preventative maintenance and avoid this happening to you. So our idea kind of came about to me during an HOA meeting. Roofs last anywhere from 10 to 25 years. You're supposed to do 2 inspections a year. The question is, how do you minimize costs without cutting corners and make sure that your maintenance dollars take you as far as possible? So our solution here.
For our solution, we're combining the roof reporting data, where we can get the age, the composition of the roof, etc., with the drone footage, which is visible, structural damage to the roof, as well as owners' preferences that can be input around how risk-averse they are, their budget and timing, and all this to generate AI-enhanced recommendations for building owners. And this is actually the real footage that we took yesterday from top of the Frontier Tower. And here we're just showcasing, what's the current structure of the roof, what are some of the issues that are happening, maybe there's some debris or like structural changes of the roof, like leakage, etc. And why is our solution unique? The answer is simple. It's the drones that we're using, but we're also combining the drone live footage with some technical documentation as well, and we can run a LiDAR assessment on the roof to predict some of the structural issues before it actually happens. And with that, we have built a chatbot solution that we will gonna demonstrate.
Yeah, so we gave all the footage of the drone footage to Gemini, frame by frame. We use Gemini to get the information of the footage, and then we give that information, just the textual information, using Aparavi. We gave it to Quadrant, and we did the embedding and more analysis, and we built like this chatbot on the drone footage. So basically, each owner of the building can interact with the chatbot to like see what's wrong with the roof or so. And more stuff, I guess, that we can use with the same technology is like areas of like homelessness or any crime that can happen in your community. So this is like one example that again it picked up just on the mission behind us, and like again this is the exact text that Gemini gave us back. So it found like I guess two people in the corner, and it's like targeting them as homelessness or maybe some semi criminal activity. So this is like the area that the business owner or the residential owner can use for to keep their building safe on top of the safety measures on the roof. And yeah.
So Ruthie optimizes building maintenance with AI to simplify and improve decisions and save building owners a lot of money. Yeah, question?
What are the other ways you're using to detect the building quality? Are you using on the drone or other?
Yeah, so yeah, the drone footage is the main footage, but like for the roofs thing, we're also giving it documentation of the like the roof inspection or like even previous documentation of like how the roof was built. But in this case, we don't have like documentation of how it built, but we could get like just documentation, like just an inspection.
And we also have data from all of the roofs in the city, right? So we can compare like roof failure points, we can track how roofs sort of deteriorate over time to make informed decisions about maintenance. Yeah?
Does it work at night?
Well, it does have, we could implement LiDAR on it. So just with aerial foot imaging, it doesn't work, but with LiDAR, it does work.
And can I see a report? Can I see how a report would look like?
What looks like?
The report. Yeah, so basically we wanted to share like a chatbot that has the metadata. So the idea is to provide a document, like a PDF document, a chatting interface to question basically your rooftop issues. And the end product will be that chat and those metadata.
So yeah, we got the textual information from the video plus any documents that have on the roof, and we can alter the embedding model and we can put the chatbot on top of it.
Yeah. And building owners can also add some information around, what the budget is. For example, right now, if this year would make sense for them financially to take on an investment such as roof repairs, so they can plan it accordingly. And the chat will respond according to that. So giving them ideas of whether they should do like some repairs right now or like the full roof replacement if needed.
Go.
Okay, thank you. Has anyone been on an awkward first date? Okay, I mean everyone has. And it sucks because it's like you spend 2.5 hours and then you also spend like $50. It basically sucks. Okay. So what the fourth date is, it's basically an AI agent dating app. And how it works is that you create your digital twin or like your sidekick. You let them date and it goes out to like date other sidekicks or agent twins. And then you get the debrief of like the date. For example, like they brought you virtual flowers or like you spilled coffee on them. And then the reason why it's called the fourth date is because research has shown that like on the fourth date, that's when you kind of like warm up to the person. So the agent goes on four dates, and if it's successful, then if it's successful, then you can choose if you want to match with that person, and then you can choose to reveal the profile. That's when you see like the image, the location, the name, and things like that. Okay, so let's jump into the demo. Okay, so this is your fourth date. You start creating your sidekick. You can do like a deep or like daredevil mode, or you can do like a vibe mode. So vibe mode is just like rapid fire. A deep mode is when you want to like upload like really intimate data. So for me, I went to ChatGPT and I exported like all of my data, and then I uploaded it. I guess a daredevil. Okay, so there it is, all my conversations. I did like a compression because it was too big and then my computer lagged. Okay, and then this is when I fine tune the model. I can be like, oh, I am funny. I don't know. I'm candid. And then, you can fine tune with any other thing. So like maybe my favorite color is like red. Okay, and then I can name my sidekick. Okay, this is, ignore that. Okay, this is just like starting to date. So while it's loading, what is happening in the backend is that all of that data will be populated as personalities. And then it will kind of look like this. And I can like simulate the chat. Give me 1 second. Sorry. Sorry, I just need to do this. Okay, as you can see, this is vibe coding. I don't even know like the command line to write, so I just like ask ChatGPT. Okay, yeah, and then this is the chat being simulated. Yeah. So yeah, agent 1 is like, for example, personality 1. Agent 2 is personality 2, and yeah, they're just like talking, and it runs. And at the end of it, you get like a summary. Let's see. Okay, that's interesting. They're like, oh, you know so much about security, encryption, and AI. I guess they're nerds. Sorry. Okay, and then it ended. It's a match. Okay, both agents want to continue dating. So they'll do it for like 4 times. If it's a success, then you go out on like the date. Okay, so 30 seconds left. Okay. Yeah, so I just use React, Next.js, and Python. But in terms of like next steps, if I have more time, because I started today on the Caltrain on the way here, I would use like Firebase. I would use like make it like voice. In terms of like multimodal, I'll use voice, and then I'll use Toolhouse for RAG. Like if you're a daredevil, you want to share your social media, you let us like scrape your like LinkedIn and like Instagram and things like that.
Any questions?
Hello, everyone. So last and not least, but so this time, by the way, I'm Alijan Ajar. And then last week we had a hackathon and then I win that, but I don't know this one. Let's see. So I was trying to make an app for actually the main problem. Like when you try to apply a job, I mean, so many people apply, but so many people using fake information, right? Let's say someone applying your company, and this guy is Zuckerberg, and then he says, "I have a Harvard MBA, CEO unknown companies, 10 fake patents, etc., and more information." So in basically, the problem is when you get so many apply. So the human being not able to follow or check all the information there. So if we look at the numbers, like it's crazy. Like 78% application lie. They use ChatGPT on their resume. And then also so many LinkedIn profile is fake too. So what can we do in this point? And then mostly it's like fake degrees, diplomas, and like hidden employment gaps. And sometimes they say they do everything and skill sets. So what can we do is this point, with AI technology, like with this, like Google AI, like Vertex, we are able to check the information. Also, the AI can research that person on the social media, or they can check the other people information and match it if it can be real or no. And then that's our product I can show. So I'm going to upload my resume. And then this is the demo version. And then basically any business can check it is fraud or no. Looks like I'm fraud. yeah, that's the idea, actually. That's the project, basically.
Hello, everybody. So I'm here for the AIBT team. So the team here is like we are doing some innovation on the crypto field. It's about strategy and trading, and also DeFi. Right. So the problem in the digital asset space we are currently, define is that one is about the poor asset management, another is about the trading because trading could be, error prone. So we have several projects to solve those problems. One is about we have a Aladdin strategy. So this strategy is already making, money and is ranked top 5 globally on Binance spot copy trading. And we have a new investor. The new investor here is about the AI because we are adding AI to the Aladdin strategy. It's like we have a very good foundation. So next I will show some. So this is the video of how Aladdin play. If we want to find the product, we need to have a Binance account. It's pretty much like the Coinbase. And then we can find this product. Yeah, it's here. It's like Aladdin Capital. And for the new investor, so the new investor is also it's like a product. We add more AI to the Aladdin product. So if we go to the next page. The tech stack here is like Aparavi is like about the data management and the Google, and Neo4j for the graph database. Right. And the team, because we have 3 members here that are well experienced, they have more than 10 years experience in the stock market and also in the crypto market. Because for the stock and the crypto, if we hide the token name and also hide the price, nobody can tell the difference between a stock and a crypto. And our team name is called AIBT AI. I think it is a very good name. And also we have made a website here. We go to the website. Yeah, so it's a very simple website. We have a logo here. Also, the market size here is all right, so we analyze the market size here. Let's go. And also we have used AI agent, the digital people for the, for our corporate communication manager and global communication leads. Yeah, so it's on Twitter. And the tokens, we have issued 2 tokens here. And the go-to-market is here, we have KOLs and also we social media. Yeah, that's pretty much of it. Thanks.
There we go. So first and foremost, if you've got a credit report, please raise your hand. All right. If you care about your credit, please raise your hand. Awesome. So those people don't. All right. Moving forward, purpose is what we're doing here. Oh, and it's gone. We wanted to build tools enabling access to credit, scaling the largest markets in the world that serve each person, and starting with a portable credit report and payments infrastructure. So the motivation behind this was the fact that my identity got destroyed and my credit got destroyed most of my life, and the system made it my fault. As you can see, I was down to a 492. You can't really do much with a 492, and that's your whole life. It took me 18 months to get back up to an 808, but the fact is I shouldn't have been responsible for that in the first place when the centralized databases are getting breached. So All right. The product that we aim to build is a portable, secure, tamper-proof credit report called Block ID. Users can self-host their reports, sync updates, and manage disputes, and make payments directly in the app. This enables providers to check unlimited reports at the edge real-time, convert more users, and reduce liability while getting paid faster. You can increase the lead funnel 233%, save time and money, and your conversions by 35%. So the way that we came about this product is actually 4 years in progress. There's a lot of research and feedback. We talked to real people. We asked if they'd carry a digital report. We collected their pain points and interviewed global experts for a year. Participated in accelerators and spoke with potential users. And finally, we took that to build our prototype. So the next thing that we ended up doing, we don't have a live demo, so we're going to show you the dashboards for each. Provider dashboard is about creating offers. So the providers, you can see their dashboard, they can see their products and services, you can see their applications, and you can see the algorithms that they use to assess that data. And of course, the marketplace. Now, the goal here is creating a report and connecting an account. So individuals can connect their bank account and then confirm the assets they have, and that will generate a report for them. Oh yeah, sorry. So the consumer dashboard is about finding offers. So if we broke down providers versus consumers, the only difference functionally is that one can apply for offers and one creates offers. Next. Oh, it is next. There we go. So how this works is data comes in through different APIs. We format that data. We sync it to the report, verify everything. We tokenize and receipt everything. And the user holds their report and are able to apply for applications in person or online without having to rely on Experian, TransUnion, or Equifax. Next. Now, I'm going to go through these quick, but these are surprising and insane. The biggest problem right now is the big three control 1/5 of the global credit reporting market, which is $123 billion. And because of that, 6.7 billion people do not even have a credit report. Centralized points of failure lead to 1 in 4 people will experience identity theft. Imagine if your house was guaranteed to burn down 25%. So we pay for insurance for those things, but not for the thing that actually protects us. Over 44% of all credit reports contain an error that affects scores by 5 to 25%. So our goal is to reduce these inaccuracies, enabling a pay-per report regardless of the outcome. Providers have to pay for a report even if they get no ROI from it. So this ends up creating about $55 billion in losses just to providers who are paying for reports that go nowhere. Next slide. And the solution that we're looking at creating here increases the conversion rate by enabling access through the phone, enabling you to hold your own report, and it aligns incentives and increasing the conversion rate by removing the extra step where you have to move to another app to make your first payment. And so we end up seeing about 51,500 people coming, or 51% rather than 13%, and 100% savings on all the reports that didn't go anywhere.
We have our amazing trophies here. So of course, first, second, and third. But we also have a couple of special sort of like prizes and awards for those people. Well, we won't spoil it, but there's just more coming up. So first and foremost, we all would like to say thank you guys for sticking this long, for putting up this amazing energy throughout the full day today, and we just want to keep doing more of these. So I would also like to mention that if you truly believe that your idea is a viable business solution, we encourage for you guys to stay with us. We are willing to put some of our resources, some of our time. Ben Park included here is very gratefully offering also his time for those people that want to take, like, regardless of what happens today, your idea to the next level. So for those who are interested, we're probably going to be sharing a forums on the Discord afterwards. And we really hope to keep doing more of these. Of course, there's a lot to learn, as we said, like probably staying a little bit more in time, a few tweaks here and there, but it's awesome. This is the first hackathon at the Berlin House, and we want to give you more, yes!